Hi guys and gals and kittens, and welcome to the I Need a Magic show. In this video I want to show you how you can take an OpenAPI specification or a Swagger document and automatically wrap it inside of your cloudlet of choice. So what's a Swagger document? Well, this is a Swagger document. Obviously it's not intended for humans to actually read it, but actually machines. So let's see what we can do with it once we supply this document to the actual machine. So now if you want to generate any amounts of endpoint, you go to endpoint generator or HyperID, right? And here you have the CRUD generator, which you're probably already acquainted with, the SQL endpoint generator, which you're also probably acquainted with, allowing you to wrap any SQL inside of, a HTTP endpoint. However, what's new in this particular version of Magic is the import OpenAPI. You see, if I just paste in the URL to my Swagger documentation or my OpenAPI specification and I click carriage return or read, then after some few seconds, what pops up on the screen is something that resembles, and let's wait for it, this. So what is this? Well, this is an API at this particular URL. And it's described through the OpenAPI specification to such an extent that we can actually read all the metadata associated with every single function here and just simply click all here and click import 20 and ta-da! 5 seconds later, we've wrapped every single API HTTP endpoint automatically inside of our cloudlet as a separate API HTTP method. Now that sounds maybe a little bit redundant for those who haven't done a lot of software development previously. However, first of all, it allows you to expose any existing API you've got from before without providing an API key to your users. Why? Because you get to leverage the RBAC and the users and the access control parts of Magic Clouds, forcing everybody to log in using their specific users, which belongs to one particular role. And then you can actually protect these HTTP endpoints by applying a separate authentication role for that particular endpoint. If I wanted to do that here, I'd take one at a time, and then I'd do roles allowed to invoke, ERP user, and then I'd import two. And then when I'm done with that, right, I might import okay, endpoint already exists. And then later I might import, these three for like, I don't know, a different user or something, having access to them, etc., etc. However, I've already generated this. Let's have a look at it. You go to HyperID, we go to modules, and there we will find Swagger Pet Store. Here it is. So now if I try one of these guys, if I choose get pet by ID, for instance, or something, let's see if we can get this guy to work. Where's my execute button? Pet ID 5. Let's hope that actually returns something. If not, we'll try 4. Okay, 5 actually returns a pet, right, from the petstore.swagger.io demo thing. So now, what we've actually wrapped 20 existing API methods, right? And what's really, really beautiful about this is that here down where it says where the machine creates the code, after we've wrapped the API, we can actually modify the internal business logic of this particular API. So now if I, for instance, tell this thing, log all incoming arguments and restrict endpoints such that only admin and professional users can invoke the endpoint. Let's see what it comes up with now. The point is that I'm modifying the code now using AI, and as you can see here now, validators mandate. Okay, so here it's creating a log entry, and then it's verifying that the user invoking it belongs to either admin or professional roles. And that's basically it. And that was it for today's video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that beautiful stuff, and thank you for watching, and have a nice day.